Okay, let's put it all together. So here we have a power being raised to another power. In this situation, we are going to write the base, and then this would become a -2. We're actually multiplying those, and then we have a negative exponent, so we move that base in the denominator, make it positive. If we can figure out what 6 squared is easily, so we do, and get 1/36. Again, here we have a power to a power, so we're going to multiply, and you're going to get x to the -6, y to the 8th, and then this x has a negative exponent, so it goes down, and the y stays in the numerator. Here we have multiplication, and when we multiply, we actually add the exponents. So we get x to the 0. X to the 0 we know is 1. Obviously not the only way to do that problem. You could have shifted the x to the -6, move that down, and then you'd have the same thing over itself, which is 1. Here we're multiplying again, so we add the exponents, and we get x to the 6th, y to the 4th. Remember there's an implied 1 here. We didn't have to do anything other than that because now everything's positive. Here, this is a coefficient. 5 squared is 25. X to the -1 squared would be x to the -2. You're multiplying. M to the 6th, because you have m cubed times m cubed. Now we need to clean this up a little bit. This x has a negative exponent, so it moves down. Everything else stays up. And that is your answer. When you have a whole fraction being raised to a negative power, you flip it. So we're going to flip the whole thing. Now the power is positive. And when you have x being cubed, you just get x cubed. And 2 cubed means 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. All right, here again is some multiplication. When you have multiplication, you're going to add and get x to the +4. Again, not the only way. You could have moved this down and got x to the 6th over x squared, but that's x to the 4th. This one's got to come up. Only the one that's negative is coming up. So now you have nothing in the denominator, or a 1. You can write a 1 if you want. You don't need to. And you're going to get x to the 6th in the numerator. For number 18, the only things that switch are the ones that have negative exponents. So this y stays the same. This x -2 goes down and becomes a +2. This y, the -7, comes up. And you have this x cubed down here that was fine, stays down there. Clean it up. You get y to the 8th over x to the 5th. So these can be tricky because there's a lot going on here. So think about it, look at your notes, look at previous problems. Let me do just a few more. Excuse me. The base is 2, and we have a power to a power, so we multiply to get a +3, and then that eliminates the negative exponent. 2 cubed means 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. In this problem, the coefficients multiply to give you 15. And then you're going to add the exponents because it's multiplication. You get x to the 3rd, y to the -6, because remember there's a 1 there. Then that y's got to move. Not the 15, not the x to the 3rd, just the y to the 6th because it was the one that was negative. Here we have a 6 that's not being raised to anything. This is being raised to the -1 power, and so that means the whole fraction is flipped. When you raise it to a +1, you still get 3 halves. So this would be 6 times 3 halves is 18 halves, which is 9. Okay, interesting problem. And let's just quickly finish. Here you have 32. In the parentheses, the only thing that's being raised to the negative power is the 2 squared, so it comes down. So that would be 32 times 1 over 2 to the 5th. And if you left it like that, that's okay, but 2 to the 5th is 32, so you have 32 times 1 over 32. That's like 2 times a half. That's just equal 1. Intriguing. All right, both of these switch positions because they both have negative exponents. And then there are more at the bottom. There are actually 2 more. When you're dividing, you subtract. Here, this is multiplication. So you add and get 0, and then anything to the 0 is 1. Okay, hopefully you can pause the video, watch it again, think about it again, try it on your own. That's what's great about these videos. Okay, I hope that wasn't horrific. Miss all of you.